Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for upcoming video. Today we'll be working on Hello World, writing an Hello World with Django. So let's get started. So let's navigate to the project directory. Then you can come to the bar up and type cmd to open up the command prompt from there with the current working directory we are in now. Okay. Let me maximize the screen. So we're going to open Visual Studio Code with this a tip trick. It's code dot and maximize the screen. Okay, so these are the projects we saw in the last video: the init, the asgi.py, the settings.py. Those are still the same. So today we are going to be, let's open a new terminal. Then go to the container we created in the last video. If you remember, I said work on, then so we can type work on, then fashion was the container, the visual environment we created in the last video. So now today we're going to be creating a new app instead of the Django start project. We're not going to be creating a project, we're going to create an app with the Django admin start project, then a name for it. You can name, like I said, you can name it anything, but I would advise you name it something that is not generic with Django itself. So I'm going to name it website. For this tutorial, I'm going to name it website. As you can see now, website is there already. Yes. So let's open the project up and see what we have. So we have different files now, different from the other files actually. So we have the migrations, we have the init.py, we have the admin.py, we have the app.py, we have models.py, we have the views, we have the test.py. So admin, like the name suggests, admin, this is where we register models in the admin section. We're going to be talking about the admin section in our upcoming video. In the apps.py, this is actually the configuration for the Django itself, the Django app itself. That is the website itself, the website app we just created now. I don't know the name you named your own, but it's going to be different from mine if you name it any. So we have the models.py. This is where we register models. This is where we create models for the database itself. Then the test.py, we're actually not going to be working on the test.py. Then we have the views.py. Views.py, like the name suggests, the views is what we're going to see. The template, mainly the template engine, the views is what we're going to see. Then we have a database that was provided to us, that is database SQLite 3. So let us register the new application now, because any app you created with the Django admin start app, you need to register it in the settings. So let's navigate to the, first of all, let's go to the apps.py. Then we copy the website config. Let's copy that. Then we go to the settings in the main project itself. Let's scroll down to where we have installed apps. So we'll open the code there. Then we'll type, actually we type website, the name of the app we just created, then apps.website config, what we just copied, then a comma, because this is a list. So that's saved. Let's run our server. Python. If you can remember, I said Python manage the py run server. Let's use the main cmd so we can see things clearer. Say Python manage the py. We'll say run server. Okay, we have an error. Okay, we are not working on our virtual environment, so let us do it. Work on fashion. So let's run the project again. The server again, I mean, sorry. Okay, now the server is running. Let's copy. Okay, now it's running better. You say, why can't we see just the app we just created? Why are we still seeing the one from the previous video? Okay, let's go back to our app. Let's open the website. Let's clear this. So we're going to be importing HTTP response. That's going to show what we want. So let's go from the Django.http, import HTTP response. So that's what we're going to be using. Okay, we save that. Let's create a function here. So dev, then we name it home. You can name it anything you want actually. Then this home takes in a request. Don't forget to indent. So we say return. We return the HTTP response in the bracket, then we hello world h1, just like how we write your HTML with the tag h1. So we're going to do the same thing here. Hello world, then we close the h1, close the tag. Sorry, don't know why I'm messing up like this. Okay, now we'll close the tag. Now let's save and refresh. Why is it not still showing up? Something is not actually working. Why is it not showing up? Let's go back to the code. So we just did this now, but it's not still showing up. So we need to create a URL, a new file, urls.py, urls.py. Now we need to import the views to the urls.py. So you say from dot. We need to import this function now, this home function to the urls.py. So we say from dot, that is the current one to working directory, import views. Now we go back to the main project URLs, the main project itself. You see that there is a similar pattern to what we want to achieve here. So let's copy this. I'm feeling lazy to type. Let's copy this and paste it here. So let's get rid of the admin section, the admin part. Don't actually need that here. So open an empty code, then views.home. This home is the function we just defined there. Yes. Then it takes in a name. It's equals to. Then we give it a name. Let's give it an index. We get back to the naming section later. So now let's save it and see, maybe it's gonna work now. Oh wait, let's include it here. So we need an include function. So we say from part an empty string, then comma, then include. So we open the parenthesis here, then in the quote again, website.urls. So this include now is pointing to the URLs file we just created. Let's save it and let's run. So we're having in a part is not defined. Naming error, part is not defined. So let's see why it's not working. Let's go to the urls.py file. Oh, I think we are not importing part. So let's copy this. Let's paste it here and save. Okay, let's save it. So let's see whether there's still an error. Okay, there's no error now. Everything seems to be working fine. Let's go to the browser and reload. Our hello world is there. So what we wrote in the views.py is now showing in the browser. So let's type something else and save it. Okay, let's save. Let's reload it in the browser. So we have hello world, welcome to the Django. So let's change it to something else. So that's the simple way of writing an hello world in Django application using HTTP response. So in the next video, we'll be talking about how to use templates, the index.html that most with CSS file with JavaScript. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for upcoming video. Thank you and remain blessed.